Welcome to my monthly FOC show, Days of Future FOC. This is where I like to go over like the new number ones that are coming out, omnibus books, because those just cost so much, and this gives you time to prepare, but also like look and see about the specials or the promotion, the 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 pre-sale prices of some of these items. So yeah, and then any kind of like first appearances that I may find, we'll talk about those as well. So it's just a fun time talking about comic books. And this is also like, this is going to be books that are coming out in February. So another like, we're like 2 months ahead of what's coming out and being able to look at that kind of stuff. So anyways, thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Let's get to talking about some future Order Cutoff. I do all my stuff through mycomicshop.com. I am not sponsored by them at all. It's just I really like them. They do a really good job at packaging, shipping, everything, and that's just where I do.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just where they do all my stuff. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. Let's say hello to Horace Comics in the chat. What's going on, homie? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. Says good evening. And we also got Otaku Mike. Says hi, everyone. What's going on, Mike? Appreciate you coming out. So yeah, we'll go through this. I'm going to stick with like Image, DC, and Marvel. If there's something you want to see or you want to check out, shout it out in the chat, and we'll go and we'll check it out. Or if you want to see it next month, then hit me up in the comments below and let me know what you want to look at, and we'll look at those as well the next month. So you go over here to pre-orders, you get 35% off, as it says. You'll do the where's that? Oh, I gotta log in. My bad. Let's go to this real quick so I can log in. Come on. Log in there, buddy. Cool. There's that. Pre-orders. We'll go back to this. All right, so December previews catalog. All the orders need to be in. Or actually, to be able to see this stuff, it ends on December 23rd, which actually is kind of a lie. Some of it does end on the 23rd, but you'll be able to still order some of this. There'll be a new list. The March list will come out like the 25th or 26th, probably. So it's just saying like you're only gonna be able to see this list up until like guaranteed the 23rd is what that means. So yeah, let's start off with DC Comics. Everybody's been digging DC Comics lately. Had a lot of people commenting on how they enjoy DC Comics, especially the Absolute. So let's look through DC Comics and see what's coming out. My first one up that it's telling me to look at is can I do this any further down? Boo. The first one is telling me is Absolute Superman. There are some second printings coming out of the annual with the origin of the Batmobile from Absolute. So if you didn't get that, like, now may be a good time to look at those second printings. There's a Daniel Warren Johnson one right there. There's another one that's a flamethrower cardstock. That's kind of interesting. Curious what that will be. There's a foil as well. There's a foil for the flamethrower. So yeah, cool stuff. All Daniel Warren Johnson, it looks like. Very, very popular man right now. Absolute Superman 16. This is what I'm wanting to look at right here. Let me know, because I have not been keeping up with Absolute Universe, but look at what this says. It says, Superman finds himself at the forefront of a bold new age of heroes in the Absolute Universe, but he quickly learns that he wasn't the world's first superpowered protector. Enter Hawkman, who has a few tips for the new kid, whether he wants to hear them or not. Does this mean we're getting absolute Hawkman in this issue? It could be a first appearance. I know that most first appearances in the absolute really haven't made a whole lot of headway, except for the Batman ones. Lots of, like, the villains, people are collecting those, it looks like. Anything with absolute Batman has been hitting off. But a lot of these other ones, nobody has seemed to really care about. But for those of you who like Hawkman, looks like we may be getting a first appearance of absolute Hawkman here. So that's pretty cool. Next one up, we're getting an Animal Man Omnibus. So let's scroll on down to Animal Man. That's awkward. I think that's it for this page. Oh, that was a creepy cover. Like, if... Oh, deck burn, Matthew. Didn't mean to do that. Search. All the way down. This cover right here. Let's see if I can look at this. I don't know if that's Mira. I don't know who that is. But they're like hiding in seaweed with a freaking knife or something. Like, it is a spooky, spooky cover, if I do say so. Let's see. Can I move that? Is that any better? I think that's better. I like that. Do y'all like that? All right, let's look. More Aquaman. Did I pass? I must have passed Animal Man. Because, you know, N is before Q and all. Adventures. All right, here is Animal Man by Tom Vett and Steve Dillion, an omnibus hardcover. For those Animal Man fans out there, speaking to you, TM Nerdy, specifically, we got this omnibus that features Animal Man 27 through 50 from the pages of War of Gods number 3 and Suicide Squad number 58. This comes out January 18th. Well, no, you must have it ordered through my comic shop by January 18th. This will be on the shelves April 14th. And the FMV is $100, but the pre-sale is $70. Now, Taku Mike has got some info right here. Absolute Hawkman first appeared was in Absolute Evil, I believe. But it's cool he's coming back. Nice. Okay. Was he part of like that whole Evil Justice League thing that they were talking about? I don't ever remember seeing his name, but that doesn't mean anything. So, yo, I'm glad that somebody is reading Absolute knows exactly what's going on, because I just saw Enter Hawkman, and that's why I was like, okay, maybe this is his first appearance. But thank you for clarifying that. He says, yes, he was part of that Absolute Evil Justice League. All right, cool. All right. I need that Animal Man on this. There you go. $70. I'm just saying, on pre-sale, that's pretty awesome. He killed Green Arrow in that. What? They took him out quick. Dadgum. Jeez, Pete's. That's bananas. Crazy. That's crazy. All right. We talked about Animal Man, so let's move on to Batman. We got a Batman by Chip Zdarsky omnibus that's coming out. I know several people liked that Batman run that was Tom King up until like 100 or something like that. And then I want to say Tynion took over for however many issues. And then Zdarsky, didn't like necessarily finish it off, because this Hush 2 is finishing off. But it was something along those lines. There's a Mad Love facsimile that's coming out, by the way. So any of you out there who enjoy Mad Love, you may want to grab this if you don't have a first printing. Let's see, where's that? There it is. Batman Chip Zdarsky omnibus. This orders need to be by February 1st. Estimated like on the shelves April 28th. FMV's 125, pre-sale price $87.50. This features Batman 125 through 136, Batman the Knight number 1 through 10, and stories from Batman Urban Legend 1 through 6. So if you're a Zdarsky fan, there's that. There's also Batman by Neil Adams, the Absolute Edition. And this will feature stories from World's Finest 175 and 176, Brave and the Bold 79 through 86, Detective Comics 395, 397, 400, and 402, Batman 219, along with extensive cover gallery and more. Return to the original art and colors in this celebratory volume 1 of 2. FMV $100, $70 pre-sale price, order by January 18th, and on the shelves August 4th. Oh my gosh, that's almost a year from now, y'all. August 4th? Jeez. This, I think, is finally concluding Batman Gargoyle of Gotham. I think this is the final issue. This, heart-stopping conclusion to Rafael Grampa's twisted masterpiece. And there's just one cover for this that I was looking at. This one. It reminds me of that Wolverine Daniel Warren Johnson cover that came out. So I wonder if this one will hit or not. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Batman's holding the hammers, and he's got, like, it looks like sword handles coming out of the back, and there's an axe on his shoulder right here. Like, it's crazy looking. What was I looking for originally? I was looking for, the next one up. We talked about Zdarsky. We're now looking for Batman Superman is what we're looking for. I think it's the next page. Oh, this is it. Batman Superman. We're getting a Mark Spears Joker cover. We haven't seen Mark Spears work on the top 10 lately, other than, like, monster issues coming back and stuff like that. So I wonder, we haven't seen any of these that I know of on the top 10, but I wonder if the Joker will make a difference. Like those purples, the greens, those are kind of those Mark Spear colors that he likes to work with. And so I wonder if these will, if this will be something different. I wonder if people will enjoy that a lot. And this comes out February 18th with a pre-sale date of January, like have your orders in by January 25th. This has got a $5 FMV with $3.24 pre-sale. Vertigo is coming back as well. Let's look at the first number one that's coming out with them. I think this is the first number one. This is Bleeding Hearts number 1, FMV of $3.99, a pre-sale of $2.59. Have your order in by January 18th. This will go on the shelves February 11th. The Red Hot writer of Absolute Martian Manhunter, Dennis Camp reteams with breakout artist Stepan Morian to unleash Vertigo's first new number 1. The zombies won, and 10 years after all the fall of humanity, they're the dominant form of life, or not life, on Earth. They've developed their own cultural practices, their own language, their own society. Mouse pokes ball through hole in head. What? Poke for short. Is a beloved member of his community, and with his brother in arm, Mush, he's happy to shamble along through the only world he can remember, until the day his heart mysteriously starts beating again. And in a blink, the first humans he sees have stopped looking like food and have started looking like friends. The team behind 20th Century Men, the bold mission statement that launched writer Denez Camp and artist Stepan Morin, to the next level of comics industry has reunited to bring you a world ruled by ruthless kill or be killed logic, pitted against the demands of a single beating, bleeding, emotional heart. So there you go. Stuff. Zombie book for Vertigo. Bleeding Hearts is on my pool, says Otaku Mike. He is on it. He is on it. Several different variant covers for this first of Vertigo. So yeah. On to some DCKO. Now, should I not talk about what's in the book? Because spoilers? Or should I put the banner up? And that way, you know, if you want to hear, you can, but you know, I think I'll do that. Just to be safe. Let's do that. I can do it, so why not just do it? I'm going to put the spoiler up, and as long as you know the spoiler alert is up there, I'm talking spoilers. So you can mute it, and then once the spoiler banner is gone, you can unmute it, and I'll be done talking spoilers. So here we go. All right. DCKO Boss Battle. This sounded a little bananas if this is the same one. This is the same one I'm talking about. This is written by Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams is fantastic. To save our world, they must battle the champions of other worlds. Unexpected fighters from beyond the DC comics enter the arena. Wait, what? Who? As the remaining champions in the KO tournament prepare for the final rounds, they discover that there isn't enough Omega energy left to crown the winner a King Omega. To have any hope of stopping Darkseid, they'll need to engage in combat with the champions of other worlds beyond their own, including Annabelle. You know, that whole WB, like, Conjuring world, Annabelle, Homelander, Sub-Zero, I assume that's from Mortal Kombat, and more. This shocking star-studded crossover sets the stage for the final chapters of the epic DCKO event and features matchups you never imagined possible. The ultimate battle is only beginning. Now, pre-orders for this are January 11th. This comes out February 4th. A $4.99 FMV with $3.24 pre-sale. Is this WB or like DC jumping the shark? Like, is this just too much to sit there and start bringing in other worlds of the, like, are we going to have Looney Tunes next? Is it going to be a Space Jam thing where we just have everybody in the crowd, and not even in the crowd, but like fighting? I don't know. I haven't done any of the DCKO stuff, so I've heard good things, but I have no interest, is what it boils down to. But there's that. Yeah, I think that's the last DCKO. So we'll take this banner off. There you go. No more spoilers. Let's move on to DCWIP. Where's it at? DCWIP. DCWIP. Come on, so many of these. This is a number one, but it is like a reprint. DCWIP Dark Knights Metal. This is presenting the original art of the landmark issue, both pencils and inks. Step into the world of comics like never before with the DCWIP. Get up close and personal with the stunning original artwork from one of comics' greatest artists, featuring both the original penciled art of Dark Knight Metals number 1 by Greg Capullo, also the original inks by Jonathan Glapion. We're gonna go Glapion. So yeah, this has got a $14.99 FMV, $9.74 pre-sale. Orders by January 11th, on the shelf February 11th. That seems a little much to me. I'm just saying, that seems a little much. I assume that because of the hype of DCKO, we are now getting DCXAEW as well. That number 1 is coming out February 4th on the shelves. Orders by January 11th. $4.99 for the A cover, it looks like. $5.99 for the variants. And there are the pre-sale prices right there. That seems a little much. That seems a little much. I would highlight your comment. Actually, it doesn't spoil anything, so we're just going to do it. Otaku Mike is responding to what I had to say about the DCKO. He says, maybe jumping a tiny shark. Maybe. Just a little shark. Just a little shark. All right, we're looking for Elseworlds Superman now. Elseworlds Superman. We've got a facsimile for Detective Comics 575 coming out. I don't know what the significance of that is. That doesn't... year 2. Okay, so that must be the year 2 storyline. Yeah. Elseworlds Superman Omnibus hardcover number 1. Order by January 11th. On the shelves May 19th. $150 FMV with $105 pre-sale. This features a ton of books right here. We're talking, let's see. Series collecting classic Elseworld tales from Superman. Speeding Bullets number 1. Superman the Man of Steel annual number 3 and 5. Superman annual 6 and 8. Steel annual 1. Adventures of Superman annual 6 and 8. Superboy annual 1 and 3. Action Comics annual 6 and 8. What is up with the 6 and 8? I mean, the only way that this is any like at least it's not 6 and 7, right? I mean, dadgum. Superman Kal-El, Superman at Earth's End number 1, Supergirl annual number 1, Superman Wonder Woman Whom Gods Destroy 1 through 4, Superman's Metropolis 1, Superman Distant Fires number 1, and Superman The Dark Side 1 through 3. So there you go. If you're into the Elseworld Superman stuff, that should be right up your alley. All right, End of Life is next. Right. Did somebody say? There's Mr. Akins. What is going on, Mr. Akins? Appreciate you coming out. That's a lot of Superman. It is a lot of Superman. It really is. End of Life. Here we go. We're right there at it. End of Life. Another Vertigo title. January 25th for this one. On the shelves February 18th. Pre-sale is $259 with an FMV of $399. Written by Kyle Starks, Steve Pugh. I'm gonna go with Pugh. Let's see. They take on a hitman in trouble. Professional hitman Eddie Stallion has messed up. He's accidentally robbed the Raven, a high-ranking boss of the international cabal of assassins in the menagerie, of which Eddie is a member of. Menagerie. Or he was. Now, with a price on his head, Eddie chooses to hide one of the place everyone knows he'd never go. The small Midwestern town of Pluto, home of his estranged father, known hard-ass George Stallion. Looking for safe harbor, Eddie instead finds his resentful father dying of cancer. Old friends looking to collect that bounty. Menagerie assassins who have wandered into town. A canceled newspaper, comic strip creator turned local crime lord. And oh yeah, his childhood first love too. So there you go. There's a lot going on with this hitman. Poor guy. Mike is all over. You must be excited about Vertigo. End of Life is also on my pool as well. Nice. Where do you hear about these, Mike? Out of curiosity. Lots of variant covers. Those are going to $4.99 FMV with a Pre-sale of $324 for the most part until you get to this full. That's a $6.99. Flash. We're looking for Flash now. Flash. There's an omnibus. Here we go. Flash, The Road to Rebirth Omnibus #1. Orders in by January 18th. On the shelves April 14th. 125 FMV pre-sale $87.50. Pardon me. This book includes New 52 Flash in the Flash, The Road to Rebirth Omnibus, collecting the Flash 26 through 52, the Flash Annual 2 through 4, the Flash Futures End, and DC Universe Rebirth #1, a story from Secret Origins #7. So there you go for that. Legends Omnibus. We're looking for Legends now. Going through all the Green Arrow, Green Lantern, H's. Oh, goodness. Here's a Legends Omnibus right here. Oh, my goodness, at all the stuff he collects. The pre-orders by January 25th. On the shelves June 23rd. FMV is 125. Pre-sale $87.50. This includes collecting Legends 1 through 6, Batman 401, Detective Comics 568, Green Lantern Corps 207, Cosmic Boy 1 through 4, Justice League of America 258 through 261, Secret Origins 10 and 14, The Fury of Firestorm 55, 56, 58, and 59, Blue Beetle 9, 10, The Warlord 114, 115, Superman 3, Adventures of Superman 426, and Action Comics 587, with a brand new foreword by Mike Gold, introduction by John Ostrand, and a never-before-seen existing behind-the-scenes look at DC's journey to making a sequel to Crisis on the Infinite Earths. Bananas. That's a lot of stuff. I'm just saying. Otaku Mike says, I am referring to the Vertigo, him being all in. I hear about them on League of Comic Geek app that I use. Nice. That's one of my top 5 apps for comic collectors, League of Comic Geek. That's awesome. When do they put, I wonder if they put their stuff out the same time that my comic shop does. I want to try out the first issue of all the new Vertigo comics. Okay. Nice. Real nice. Here's another omnibus, Legion of Superheroes, 5 years later. This is the volume 2. This has got a pre-sale of January 11th. It's going to be on the shelves April 7th. Well, your pre-sale needs to be in by January 11th. 175 FMV, 122.50 for the pre-sale price. This includes stories from Legion of Superheroes 40 through 61, Legion of Superheroes Annual 4 and 5, Legion 69 through 70, Legionnaires 1 through 18, Legionnaires Annual 1, and Valor 20 through 23. We got another new #1 in the new history of the DC Universe. FMV $5.99, $3.89 pre-sale. Have that in by February 1st. February 25th, it will be on shelves. A can't miss new history of the DC Universe spinoff to celebrate Black History Month. Lots of people they're spinning out the pages of new history of the DC Universe, uncover an untold moment in DC history where a murder leads to an all-out war between the heroes of Dakota City and U.S. government. As their home becomes a battlefield, what must Static Rocket and others sacrifice to keep their loved ones safe? But as heroes fall in the past, the stage is set for their return in the present. You know what's kind of crazy about the whole like Static Rocket and all the other jazz? Like it was like not long ago. Maybe I say not long ago, like a little bit before COVID, if I remember right. There was like a big milestone push there where like Milestone was supposed to be coming back and they were supposed to be bringing in all these new artists and all these new writers and Static and blah 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 blah, and like that junk has gone silent. Like I know Static there for a bit had his own title, but like, and then maybe Rocket and not Hardware, Rocket and somebody. There was like a little bit, but there was nothing really big that pushed from this stuff. So I wonder like what happened with that? That's what I'm saying. Like what did happen? There was a little bit of stuff out there. Like now that I'm talking about it and saying stuff out loud, like I remember there being some things, but it wasn't nothing nowhere near like DC didn't push it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like DC didn't push Milestone at all. Even though they were featuring them on their one and only like Fandom. You remember that? The Fandom thing? Where they had The Rock on there because he was going to revitalize the DCU. And like The Rock couldn't even save it with his whole Black Adam and all that stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. Mr. Aikens says, night folks, got to get up early in the morning. Catch y'all on the rewind. Thank you so much, Mr. Aikens. You have a good evening. I appreciate you. They even released the old stuff as well. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's just, and they were talking like I think there was even supposed to be a revitalization of like the cartoon and things like that. Nothing came of any of it. Silence. But here's some Static right here. And some Rocket and probably Hardcore. And what is that other character's name with Rocket? What is that? It's Rocket and something. And I can't think of her name. Anyways. Legends League, new history. Nice House by the Sea. That's what we're looking for now. Nice House. Icon, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yes, Rocket and Icon. Thank you, Mike. Nice House by the Sea is going to Vertigo now, by the way. They're going to be a Vertigo title. But it's come back. This is issue 7 right here. January 11th is when you need to have your pre-orders by. February 4th is when it comes out. FMV $3.99. $2.59 is the pre-sale price. Like I said, James Tynion come back. I think it's been a while for Nice House by the Sea. So we'll see what they do with that. If you're a Tynion fan, which I have yet to become one. There you go. Robin, we got another omnibus. They're cranking out the omnibus for the beginning of the year, it seems like. Robin, the Bronze Age omnibus hardcover number 1. Have your order in by January 25th. This goes on the shelves April 21st with an FMV of 125, pre-sale $87.50. This omnibus features, what does it feature? I don't even see. What? Even though he's left Gotham, Dick's new world of higher education still has its fair share of low-life criminals. Robin spends his time between classes chasing thieves, motorcycle games, fraudsters, and more in these exciting stories from such talents as Bob Rozowskis, Mike Frederick, Elliot Magan, Irv Novichik, Gil Kane, and Kurt. I'm just going to say Kurt because there's no way I'm going to get that right. All right. I'm kind of bothered this doesn't have like any kind of issues. Like it's just stories. That's kind of, I don't know that I like that. I don't know. This was cool. Secret Origins of Supervillains Facsimile. This is a Treasury Edition. Number 39. FMV of $14.99. Pre-sale $9.74. That's by February 1st. It'll be on the shelves February 25th. The Secret Origins of the DC's Greatest Villains. And what does it have? Lex Luthor, the Joker, Captain Cold, Dr. Sivana, Terra Man. Learn the secret origins of all these diabolical villains and more. Witness the tragic circumstances, twists of fate, and karmic coincidences. company. No, not doing it. That led to the creation of some of the DC's very best of the worst. That's interesting that they got the Joker on there. I wonder what origin they'll go with. Like, especially with this being a facsimile, it's already out there. What origin did they go with? Curious. Sirens Love Hurts #1. This is going to be on the shelves February 11th. Orders by January 18th. FMV of $5.99. Pre-sale of $3.89. Harley, Ivy, Catwoman, and Black Canary, brought to you by fan favorite creators Teenie Howard and Babs Tarr, including introducing Gotham's most eligible bachelorettes for at least a little while longer. First, there's Catwoman, who's been playing cat and mouse with her two favorite boy toys, Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Next up, Harley Quinn, who's recently single and now committed only to her hot girl era. Of course, there's also Poison Ivy, who just wants to enjoy her solitude as long as her best friend Harley's there to enjoy it with her. And then there's the new girl, Black Canary, who's engaged to the love of her life, Green Arrow. But the closer they get to the wedding day, the more it feels like they might not be so written in the stars after all. But these four fabulous women aren't meant to discuss any of that, at least not willingly. There's a killer on the loose in Gotham City, a killer of women. And when Black Canary realizes stopping the murders requires more criminal company than she's used to keeping, she finds herself reluctantly teaming up with the infamous Gotham City Sirens for the hunt. Easier said than done when the four of them can barely make enough one lousy brunch. Make it through one lousy brunch. Yeah, it's a Black Label book as well. Let's see, to bring you the sexiest and most scintillating DC Black Label series yet. So that's interesting. They're still doing Black Label. I wonder, like, why have Black Label and Vertigo? Other than, like, you're gonna, like, you would do your DC, heroes and villains in Black Label, and anything that's, like, outside of that would be, like, Vertigo. Interesting. Cali Comics in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. All right, so yeah, that's a #1. It's coming out. Black Label. Not sure how long that'll last. Where are we at? Sirens. Got 2 more for DC. 2 more. We got Superman Chains of Love, #1. It looks like this may be a one-shot. We'll read it, though, and we'll see what it is. Superman Chains of Love special. Yeah, it looks like it's probably a one-shot. Let's see. Orders by January 11th. On the shelves February 4th with an FMV of $5.99. $3.89 is your pre-sale price. Livewire and the Creeper forge a deadly new villainous alliance, and they make out gross. Love is in the air, also death. In Superman Chains of Love special, step aside, Daily Planet, a new news force is taking the city of Metropolis by storm when the former felon Livewire is released from prison. An unholy alliance and frankly wholesome romance with the Creeper is forged in the fires of a supervillain battle. But with 2 Metropolis most notorious shock jock media personalities getting together comes the debut of a new outlet to rival even that of the Daily Planet. Witness the rise of Wiretap and some shocking surprises in the Superman Chains of Love special. There you go. Black Label should have stayed hardcore. I agree. I completely agree with that. Black Label should have stayed hardcore. Like, wasn't that the whole point? Wasn't that the whole point? To sit there and be able to tell some of those stories? And not have to, like, necessarily worry about things? Have it an adult label? Language, violence, things like that they don't want to put in their other books. I agree. The Creeper, hell yeah. I don't know anything about the Creeper. Nothing. Let's see. Peril of the Brutal Dark. Peril of the Brutal Dark. That's next up. It's going to be the Peril. That's why it's not. I'm not past it. Here we go. Another Vertigo title. This orders by February 1st. This is on the shelves February 25th with an FMV of $3.99 for the A cover. $2.59 is the pre-sale price. This has got Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips on the art. Let's see. A new noir icon. New York City, 1941. Ezra Kane is a private investigator with a reputation of taking it on the chin if it means solving a case. But it's his former life as an archaeological student that makes him the only man to track down an artifact that's gone missing from the Museum of Natural History. An ancient anvil said to hold the power of Greek god Hephaestus. If someone can harness that power, they can bend nations to their will. Science fiction quickly becomes Kane's reality when a shadowy sect calling themselves the Brutal Dark appears in the city, wielding resources that defy human logic. Now Ezra is the only thing that stands between them and the plot to overthrow America. First of all, no one's being named Ezra in 1941. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong on that? I don't think a guy especially is going to be named Ezra in 1941. I could be wrong. But I think anyways, this kind of sounds like Indiana Jones to me. Like a noir Indiana Jones. That could be kind of cool. What do y'all think? The first thing, I think that was like the first thing that came out as well. Like it was like the first issue. Was it the first issue or the second? That's so funny. Hashtag Batwing. That's great. That is great. All right, that does it for DC. Let's move on to, I think, Image is next. Good old Image. It's another one everybody likes. Is Image. We don't have near as much with Image as we did with DC. Let's see. What's our first one up? Dork. Dork is our first one. Yep, first issue. And it was like the first title as well, was it not? Or was there one title before it? I can't remember. I think that Green Hell was probably the most successful and best thing that came out of Black Label. Well, I say most successful. Like, everybody was all over that Batman Damned book. But I think Green Hell had the best, like the one story that everybody would talk about. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good story. I would like to get a copy of it in hardcover. Let's see. Dork number 1. Orders by January 11th. February 4th is when it goes on the shelves. $3.99. FMV $2.59 is the pre-sale price. Is this another anthropomorphic character? Let's see. Armed with nothing but a magical yet ambitiously violent shield, a lonely orphan stumbles headfirst into a Sundarian's never-ending war between the light and the dark. Elves versus orcs, wizards versus common sense, dragons versus literally everyone, and caught dead center, Dork. With a wholly inconvenient doomsday prophecy, the half-dwarf, half-orc, all-dork is fated to end the world. Soon, every human, elf, goblin, dwarf, snaggletooth, necroid, ice giant, trauma llama, and at least 3 other unpronounceable magical creatures will know his name and want him dead. There will also be a chicken. Nice. Oh, Dead Earth? What is Dead Earth? I don't. Dead Earth isn't. Was Dead Earth? Was that one of those stories that came out of Black Label? I enjoyed Batman First Night from Black. First Night? What was First Night? What am I missing? First Night. I don't remember First Night. The Wonder Woman story. Dead Earth. Wonder Woman? I need to go look these up. Well, I need to read Dork now. This kind of sounds like a more violent Twig is what it sounds like. Twig is a great story. I love Twig. That's one of the best stories ever. But but this is bananas. Dork sounds great, to be honest. Do you think they know what a dork really is and where the word comes from? I'm going to say no. They're going off the childhood definition is what they're doing. Well, I mean, they got their own here of like a dwarf and an orc combination, but yeah, no, I think they're doing something different. So, The Dead Earth was a Daniel Warren Johnson. I need to check that out. It does not sound familiar to me. Okay. Just added to the poll. Oh, that's freaking great. There's a bunch of covers here, Mike. So make sure you pick the cover you want. Oh, let's see. Death Fight Forever, #1. Let's look at that. It's another new #1 coming out by Image. Death Fight #1. Get your order in by January 25th. On the shelves February 18th. $3.99 FMV, $2.59 for the pre-sale price. Miniseries premiere: Super Thief Bruiser Brothers Crash and Bash Biggle jump into action to help Commander Thunderfang fight interdimensional crime boss Lord Slither. But a run-in with Marla Mendoza, leader of the Cops gang, and Slither's most formidable loyalist, changes the course of Bash's life forever. An all-new action comedy from best-selling writer Andrew MacLean and Gonzo artist Alexis Zurit. Yeah. 22 is official. All I did was read it. That's all on you. Crash and Bash Bickle. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just read what's here. I just read what's here. Oh, Department of Truth is next up because that has come back. And the reason I'm highlighting this, I'm not a fan of this story, but I know people that are. Pre-orders by February 1st, on the shelves 25th. $3.99 FMV, $2.59 is the pre-sale price. This starts a new story arc. Let's see, Department of Truth for a new story arc. So if you're ever, I guess, looking to jump on, here's possibly a good jumping on point. In the early 90s, cable TV is king and something ancient is watching from the static. Only Hunky, the reclusive son of the field's office very first hunter, takes its threat seriously, and when Hunky notices primordial evil brewing at an evangelical theme park in Florida Everglades, he may be the only one who can save the beautiful young woman named Charity caught in the middle of all of it. So it does look like Miracle Man. It absolutely does. Yeah. That's weird. I didn't notice that till now. But yeah. Oh, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I do. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe's next on our list. Let's go to some G.I. Joe. Miracle Man versus Jurassic Park. That's pretty good. Let's see. Exquisite Corpses. I know people are into Exquisite Corpses. That's, of course, still continuing on. #10 there. And they do have the polybag still going on. Final Boss. What am I looking for? G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is what I was looking for. Ghost Pepper, that's for Mike there. G.I. Joe 19, here we go. Pre-orders by January 25th. On the shelves February 18th. FMV $3.99, $2.59 pre-sale price. This is another one that's got a new story arc. Joe versus Transformer. Secret is out. When Duke discovers that Clutch has been hiding the Autobot Hound from the Joes, can anyone stop him from putting down Hound permanently? So a new story arc for people that are G.I. Joe fans. There's another one. This one's got a foil, like it's die cut. So there you go for your gimmick covers. Yeah, Ghost Pepper. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, number 325. Orders by January 18th. On the shelves February 11th. $3.99 FMV, $2.59 for the pre-sale price. This is the special 325th anniversary issue. And there's 2 all-new Joes make their first appearance as Duke and Robot lead a dangerous cover up into Barovia. So, yeah, it looks like we're getting 2 first appearances in this book for G.I. Joes. That's pretty cool. I don't know the last time there was any, but there's that. Redcoat is getting a deluxe hardcover edition. So let's move on to Redcoat. King Spawn, PQR, Radiant Black. Redcoat, here it is. Redcoat, deluxe hardcover, book 1. Pre-sales in by March 22nd. It'll be on the shelves April 29th. FMV of $59.99 and a pre-sale price of $41.99. This includes Redcoat 1 through 14 and includes behind the scenes, in progress art, and commentary from the creative team. That is it. So, wait, G.I. Joe is up to 320. G.I. Joe Real American Hero. So you had that first volume of G.I. Joe, I think done by Marvel, that made it all the way to 300 and something. And they basically just started that back. So you have the Energon G.I. Joe that's doing its thing. And then you've got the Real American Hero storyline that's just continued on from volume 1 from Marvel. So, Rich from Comic Cap Collectibles in the house. What's going on, homie? He says, smash that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. But yeah, I know there's a bunch of Redcoat fans out there. There is a hardcover coming out. It's only 14 issues. It's got $42 on it. I don't know. I don't know. Is that worth it? Is that worth it? I don't know. Rook Exodus. Looks like we may have a new first appearance here. If you are reading Rook Exodus and you're in the chat, that would be fantastic. So let me know if I'm right about this or not. Rook Exodus number 10. This has got a have your order in date by January 11th. This goes on the shelf February 4th. $3.99 FMV, $2.59 pre-sale price. Introducing Stag. Okay, so that's why I think there's a first appearance in here. First appearance of Stag. The vengeful Deer Warden. And he will stop at nothing to drive his katana blade through the murderous Bloodhound. But Rook, Direwolf, and the other wardens need Bloodhound to repair the planet Exodus failing world machine engine. If they survive Stag's all-out assault, can they save a doomed planet? So there you go. Yes, legacy number. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. I'm talking Mike. I'd wait for a sale. That's what I'm thinking too. I will on the legacy numbering. Like, yes, but they never started out with, like, you know how, like, you'll see on Spider-Man, it'll be like, oh, this is issue number 4, but it's really like legacy number 900, blah, 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 blah. Like, they never started with a new number one or anything like that. Like, you've got G.I. Joe, that's the Energon Universe G.I. Joe, and then you got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero. And that's just a continuation of that volume. It's still, from what I understand, it's still part of that volume one. So it's a whole separate G.I. Joe, if I understand it correctly. But I guess legacy numbering is like the most like easiest, I guess, way of explaining it. Phantom of the Opera. We got more Monsters Universe things, books coming out. And the next one is Phantom of the Opera. I heard that The Invisible Man did really good. That's actually getting a hardcover release. There's that right there. And here's Phantom of the Opera. Universal Monsters Phantom of the Opera #1. Writer is Tyler Boss. Martin Simons is the artist. FMV of $4.99, $3.24 pre-sale price. That needs to be in by January 25th. This will be on the shelves February 18th. The horrifying new vision of the story you only think you know. After a series of violent crime wrecks the Paris Opera House, Christine Dubois' career is in chaos. But the show must go on, and Christine will discover that no one, especially the mysterious voice whispering from the eaves, is what they seem. As an old friend returns to investigate these surprising attacks, Christine will find out there's no escaping the Phantom of the Opera. The superstar team of Yabba Dabba Doo and them present a new horror series of 2026 that will thrill Phantom of the Opera fans, new and old, with a twist no one will see coming. Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera didn't really get any love. Not like Frankenstein and all them. Why has there not been a Wolfman? We've gotten the Mummy, we've gotten Frankenstein, we've gotten Dracula, the Invisible Man, Creature of the Black Lagoon, which was don't talk to me about Creature of the Black Lagoon. No Wolfman? Everybody else ahead of Wolfman? Come on. Wolfman writes itself, does it not? It's a dude that turns into a wolf. That's bananas. White Sky #1. We're looking for White Sky #1. Here it is. New #1. FMV $3.99 by January 25th. On the shelves February 18th for $2.59 pre-sale price. 5 years ago, the sky turned white and the world ended. Violet and her father, David, are forced out of hiding and flee toward the ruins of San Francisco, where they believe they'll be safe. But in this haunted world ruled by ghosts, no place is safe. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. Was it bad? Creature of the Black Lagoon? Creature of the Black Lagoon, to me, was really bad. Really. That was, I was interested in Dracula. Tanyan kept me from really, I wound up reading it, and it's okay. For me, anyways. It was okay. The artwork was cool, but not at the same time. And so I was somewhat disappointed by Dracula. I read Creature of the Black Lagoon because Rom V was associated with it, and I really liked his Swamp Thing. But now I've read 3 Rom V books, and I think I've decided I don't like Rom V. And no, it was not good. It was a whole who's the real monster kind of thing, and I just want to see the Creature of the Black Lagoon do Creature of the Black Lagoon spooky stuff. And it's not hard. It shouldn't be a really easy book to write, I would think. But they didn't do it. So, yeah. It was, in my opinion, it was not good. I can't recommend it. I don't want to deter people from reading it, but I can't recommend it. So, yeah. No. I want to read Frankenstein. I'll give The Invisible Man a try because even though it's Tanyan, like I've heard lots of people talk about how good it is, so I'll give it a try. Tanyan, though, to me is like Tom King. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't like I know I'm the odd man out. I know that like a lot of people like Tanyan, a lot of people like Tom King, and I know that I'm the odd man out, but like I don't get it, really. Like Tom King's Batman had me for a little bit, but like that man just carries on. And I'm like, bruh, like it's hey, it's time to wrap this story up, dude. Let's get on with it. And Tanyan, I can't with him. There's not been one story yet where Tanyan has really pulled me in and made me just enjoy a book. I've read Something Is Killing the Children. I've read, what else have I read? I read his Batman. I think I read his Batman. What else is he known for? I tried to read Department of Truth. That was no go. Yeah, his writing's just definitely, it's not for me, and that's fine. Like I get it. Ron V okay sometimes. Man, that Swamp Thing was really good, and that's what had me was that Swamp Thing. And then I read the One Hand, the Six Fingers, and I was like, oh. And like Ron V did the One Hand part, I think. Which the One Hand part wasn't bad. It's the Six Fingers part, but like as a whole, the story was just, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And then, like I said, the Creature of the Black Lagoon. I was like, oh, Rob V, what are you doing? Tiny is great, but very slow. He is slow. It's not for me. Not for me. I have not read that. It is on my list to read though, because especially for the podcast, we're talking about doing that as like a Christmas special kind of thing. This year it's Sleigh Bells by Zeb Wells. So I've actually already read that. We're recording that this Saturday, and that'll be out the week of Christmas. It's just a one-shot book that is actually kind of hard to find. So, but yeah, Deviant is definitely like it's intriguing. We'll see though. His New Gods run was decent. Is that Tanyan? Or is that Romvi? Or Wind. I have not picked up Wind at all. Wind didn't look appealing to me. Maybe I should reconsider that though. I'm open. I'll be open minded. But I just okay. I'd be interested in that. Like I'm kind of on the thing of like, New Gods and stuff like that. I'm kind of interested in all that kind of stuff that like people have been shunning off for years. Best Christmas issue is Spawn 39. It was what I wanted for something That's Killing the Children. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll have to check that out. See if I can find a digital copy of it somewhere. And check that out. That's interesting. I wanted to like Something That's Killing the Children, but I couldn't. It like reading that first volume, I was like, there's nothing here for me to to want to keep going. And from the way Richard talked about it, it was like it was going to take a bit before there was something. So I was like, no, not worth my time. And I know that's blasphemy for a lot of people, but I get it. I don't get it. But like everybody likes what they like. I get that. I'm not trying to poo-poo on people's stuff. Amazing Spider-Man, we're a Marvel now, is getting an omnibus. So let's go look at the Amazing Spider-Man omnibus real quick, if we can. Because I kind of need to be out of here soon. So I think this is all we're going to be able to have. Where's that? Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus number 7. Orders by January 11th. June 23rd on the shelves. $100 FMV. $70 for the pre-sale price. This includes Amazing Spider-Man 206 through 223. Annuals 14 and 15. Treasury Edition 25. Material from What If 23 and 24. And 30. Okay, that's a good bit. That's a good little bit. That's a good little bit. We listen and we don't judge. Yes, exactly. There's the other cover for that omnibus right there. Let's see what's next. We got another Amazing Spider-Man number 1 with Venom, ASM. Venom Death Spiral number 1. Ed McGuinness is on this, it looks like. No, Charles Soule, Joel Kelly, Al Ewing, Ed McGuinness cover art. First your friends, then your family, then you. The next epic Spider-Man and Venom crossover starts here and continues through April. A new superpowered serial killer is on the loose, and they're coming for Spidey, Venom, and everyone in between. But what terrible secret has Carnage learned? And what does it have to do with Spider-Man? This is going to be in by January 25th because it's on the shelves February 25th with a FMV of $5.99. Get that pre-sale price of $3.89. Next up, Black Cat number 7. And we won't be able to see it, I don't believe. But there is a Adam Hughes A cover that's coming to Black Cat 7. Orders in by January 11th. February 11th, it's on the shelves. $3.99 FMV, $2.59 pre-sale price. So that's the only reason I wanted to highlight that is because Adam Hughes was on the cover. Black Panther number 1. This is a 60th anniversary special celebrating 6 decades of the King of Wakanda. This landmark oversized issue features brand new thrilling stories from a lineup of fan favorite writers and artists who have defied T'Challa's legacy. Don't miss must-have tribute to T'Challa, Wakanda, and 60 years of the world's greatest protector. January 11th is when these need to be in by. February 11th on the shelves, $6.99 FMV and $4.54 pre-sale. There's a 250th homage. 250th homage. I wonder what that is. 250 homage. I don't know what 250 is. I'm blanking. Anyways. Let's see. Captain America's got some omnibus coming out. Captain America. Where's that? Oh, right here. Captain America Volume 3. This the orders need to be by January 18th. June 30th is the on shelf date. 125 FMV 87.50 is the pre-sale price. This contains Captain America 387 to 418, annual number 11, Punisher Captain America Blood and Glory 1 through 3, Ghost Rider Captain America Fear, and U.S. Agent 1 through 4. So there's that. There's the other cover right there. Got a Captain Marvel omnibus coming out. Orders by January 4th. On shelf June 16th. FMV of 125. 87.50 is your pre-sale price. This book contains Captain Marvel from 2019, 27 through 50. Captain Marvel Annual 2022, number 1. X-Men 2021, 19 through 21. Captain Marvel Dark Tempest 2023. of 1 through 5. Captain Marvel Assault on Eden, number 1. Captain Marvel 2023, 1 through 10. Writers Kelly Thompson, Torun Grombeck, Gary Dugan, and Nacinti. Sure. But yeah, there's the other cover for that. Cap Wolf in the house. Looks like Cyclops is going to be getting another number 1. This is not his first number 1. He's had number 1s before this, but he's getting another one. Pre-sale by January 11th. Pre-order by January 11th. February 11th is on the shelves. $4.99 FMV. $3.24 pre-sale. Let's see. Cyclops unleashed. Scott Summers is a mutant who is always in the near total control of his powers and his emotions. But what happens when he is separated from the X-Men, lost in a mountain wilderness without the visor that keeps his devastating powers in check? And will he be able to stay alive when Donald Pierce and his cyborgs, the Reavers, are hunting him? It's a tale of X-Men's leader at his most savage core. That's interesting, actually. That could be an interesting story. If they did it like, what's that old school story? It's based off of a book that's, Ice-T did a movie that's based off the book. And now I'm drawing a blank. It's one of my favorite stories. Totally blanking out. It does sound cool. It does sound cool. It sounds like that, like the man being hunted, and like it's him against them kind of thing. The Hounds of Monty something. The Hounds of that's gonna drive me bananas. Anyways, I better forget about it. Daredevil's got a new number 1 coming out. I need to read this because it's been a while since I've read a Daredevil book. But if this isn't it, then I'm definitely going to go with some old school stuff. Daredevil number 1, pre-sale by January 11th. March 25th is when it comes out. $5.99 FMV. Mother F you. $5.99? $6? Brother, $3.99 pre-sale. Dad, burn, Matthew. You can bury the bodies, but never the ghosts. Hell's Kitchen is full of secrets, but no secret stays buried for long. As a fearsome new supervillain named Omen has targeted Matt Murdock, it will be his alter ego Daredevil who takes the hits. But beware, this mysterious new player isn't all that they appear. A secret Daredevil will have to learn quickly as he scrambles to settle into life and status quo we've never seen him in before. Look alive, Marvelites. An all-new and unprecedented era of Daredevil starts here. I'll just start looking for the Chip Zdarsky stuff. Not Chip Zdarsky. Charles Soule. Like, this kind of sounds like Muse. It's just not the whole, using bodies to paint stuff. It's a whole new villain that's going to turn Matt's life upside down. Bollocks. All right, looks like we're getting a new Iron Fist. Golly, look at we got a blind bag. True Believers blind bag number 1. Is there a thing? Okay, there's no blind bag. Marvel television variant. Okay, so this right here, look at the past ones when there's been like the Netflix variant, stuff like that. This may be the one to grab right here, the Marvel television variant. If you can sit there and search and find it, maybe you'll get a glimpse at it. The cover artist just says Marvel television. This could be one of those, depending on what it looks like. That could be the one to get, because like I said, those photo variants always do really well, and the other ones like this, where like you've had Charlie Cox on the cover and stuff, or like his likeness, like those hold value. So I would say if you're like into stuff like that, I would definitely try and get this on a pre-order and get it as like cheap as possible. If you're into that kind of thing. Deadly Hands of what in the motherlode? Get out of here with that. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Deadly Hands. Kung Fu. Kung Fu with the Deadly Hands. Here we are. Deadly Hands of Kunlun. Not Kung Fu. Pre-orders by January 18th. Estimated ship is on the shelves February 18th. $4.99 FMV, $3.24 for the pre-sale price. The 7 heavenly cities are falling as demonic forces march their conquering army across 7 heavenly cities. The only one who can stand in their way and restore order is Iron Fist. However, as more cities fall and the demonic forces swell, he'll need to rely on some unlikely allies to face the incoming onslaught. But will the combined forces of Elektra, White Tiger, White Fox, and Pei be enough to stem the tide? Or is Lin Lai destined to watch as the legacy of the Iron Fist goes up in flames? Talking Mark says, I'll let you know how it is. Daredevil is on my poll too. Nice. Is that Iron Fist team? Is that an Iron Fist team book? It looks like it. That's what it looks like. Says he combines forces with Elektra, White Tiger, White Fox, and Pei. Pei was in earlier Iron Fist books. So, yeah, it seems like it is some type of a team-up book. Okay. I'm going to make it. I'm going to give myself maybe another 10 minutes. Let's move on down. Generation X 23. Let's go. Wait a second. Nope. Okay, no. Yeah. Generation X23 number 1, January 18th is the order buy. February 18th is the shelf. $4.99 FMV, $3.24 pre-sale. Her name is Wolverine, but the legend of X-23 grows. Laura Kinney was brainwashed and trained from birth to be the ultimate assassin as X-23. She's long put that life behind her, but it seems she hasn't quite outrun it yet. When Laura and Gabby encounter someone who seems to be their long-lost friend, the harrowing plot they uncover will turn their world upside down. The next generation of X subjects is here, and they follow the deadly footsteps of X-23, featuring a host of new heroes and villains. Generation X-23 have a surprise in store for the Wolverine. Looks like there's some more Weapon X's coming at them. Who's this cover art? Partha Pratim? Oh. That has like Scott Campbell vibes. At least in the little picture that I saw. It may look different. All right, so I need to know, Mike, are you going to be getting this next book that we're looking at? There's an homage right there, Generation X-23. Yeah, look at that. We're looking for It's Jeff. There's Iron Man 2, by the way, which I realized today I did not actually put my order for Iron Man 1 in, so now I'm pissed off. I either didn't put it in or I couldn't find it. I'm thinking I didn't put it in, which just pisses me off. It's Jeff meets Daredevil number 1. Look at the Punisher here on a jet ski, it looks like, with Jeff out beside him. Get out of here with that. Um, Orders in by January 4th. February 4th is your on shelf. $5.99 for this variant right here. No, $5.99 general. FMV $3.89 for the pre-sale. The Adventures of Jeff Landshark continue with Daredevil. In this special new story from star Jeff Team, Kelly Thompson and Guri, Jeff the Land Shark learns and the meaning of courage from the man without fear. Plus, the latest season of It's Jeff appears in print for the very first time, so you can enjoy all the adorableness and chaos the way Daredevil himself would, without a phone screen. Don't don't miss what happens when Jeff wins the lottery, goes to the groomer, and best of all, takes on the Hulk. There you go. That's maybe just for that cover. I'm curious what the other variants are. So, like, here's a B. That's a variant. There's the A cover. Yeah, I'm curious what the variants are. This next one kind of sounds interesting. Well, the title sounds interesting. Lots of Magic fans out there. So Magic and Colossus #1. Pre-orders by January 4th. On the shelves February 4th. $4.99 FMV, $3.24 pre-sale. Mutant siblings reunite. Ilion Rasputin is a cynical sorceress with power harnessed from the dark realm of Limbo. Pyotr Rasputin is made of metal, but with a heart much softer than his exterior. But despite being family, blood does not run thicker than water. When they return to their mother country, they discover ancient monsters from Russian folklore preying on the innocent. Can these two mutant siblings set aside their differences to save their country? The talented creative team of Magic, Ashley Allen and Germaine Peralta, reunite for an X-Men story full of epic fights, mysticism, and family drama. That honestly, that sounds like it could be cool. If it was like, I don't know, that honestly sounds like it could be cool. It could be cool. Meals to Astonish. We've talked about this once before, but there's a #1 coming out called Meals to Astonish. Order by December 14th. That's like 4 days from now. Jeez and Pete's. January 28th is when it goes on shelves. $5.99 FMB, $3.89 is the pre-sale price. Dine into a brand new adventure. Daily Bugle field critic Chet Chaweski. Was this? And the intrepid photographer Peter Parker are headed downtown for the opening of a brand new world-class restaurant. But when Rhino interrupts the festivity, it's up to Spider-Man and his friends to save the day. And their dinner. Also, Jeff's Table debuts. This issue also collects the Test Kitchen Infinity comic in print for the first time. I know they were doing like a meals, like Marvel meals in comic book form kind of thing. And I wonder if that's what that whole like test kitchen thing is. Because I can't remember if it came out digitally first. That'd be something to look into if you're into that kind of thing, though. Jed McKay still on Moon Knight? Jeez and Pete's. I need to read some Jed McKay Moon Knight. I started and then didn't finish. Looking for Planet of the Apes now. Planet of the Apes versus the Fantastic Four #1. Ordered by January 4th. February 4th is on the shelves. $4.99 FMV, $3.24 pre-sale. Marvel's first family find themselves stranded on the planet of the apes, witness history as the Fantastic Four cross paths for the very first time with Cornelius, Zira, and Ursus, and of course Dr. Zaius. But they won't be gone. But they won't be going alone. Familiar foes from the Marvel Universe have set their sights on Ape City, setting the stage for a battle royale that fans won't soon forget. Sounds like it's going to be bananas. Yeah, I did it. I did that. Planet of the Apes versus FF is on my poll. Mike, I thought you were going to be clearing out your list. What happened with that? Predator Bloodshed #1, the Ken Lashley cover on the A, $4.99 FMV, $3.24 pre-sale on the shelves February 25th. Pre-orders by January 25th. In the near future, Earth's fiercest fighters have gathered for an underground martial arts tournament organized by a shadowy organization. But all hell breaks loose when an unexpected combatant enters the ring, an alien predator. Now the champions are battling not just for the grand prize, but for their very lives. Can a desperate group of competitors band together in time to survive the extraterrestrial hunter? Choose your fighter, place your bets, and brace yourselves for a bloody tournament unlike any other. Why are we getting so many tournament books all of a sudden? What is going on with all these tournament battle arena, Mortal Kombat, finish him books? Dad burn. Cali Comics says this Planet of the Apes sounds like a book they said no to in the 80s. That's funny. Then they came out with more books. That's yeah. It's that influencer 22's fault. True 22 is to blame. I am not at all. No. That's funny though. Let's see. Punisher and Fury Omnibus. There's a Punisher and Fury Omnibus. Here it is. Punisher and Fury Max. This is by Garth Ennis. Omnibus #1. FMV of $100. $70 pre-sale. It's going to be on the shelves July 7th. January 25th is the order date. It consists of Punisher the Platoon from 2017, 1-6. Fury Max from 2012, 1-13. Get Fury from 2024, 1-6. And Punisher Soviet from 2019, 1-6. So that doesn't seem like a lot. 6, 12, 18 plus 13, that's 31? 31 issues? That doesn't... I don't know about that. Punisher #1, FMV $5.99. Pre-sale $3.89. On the shelves February 25th. Order by January 11th. Crime's Worst Nightmare is back in an all-new ongoing series as unflinching and uncompromising as ever. Frank Castle's memory is damaged and he's hunting for answers, and criminals alike. He'll get more than he bargained for both when the notorious and bloodthirsty Jigsaw returns, with Punisher dead in his sights. That could be a cool book. I haven't really picked up a whole Punisher book, but that could be a cool one. I like the idea of Jigsaw. Digger Jim, if you're watching, or anybody that likes the negative space variants, here's a John Tyler Christopher negative space variant that's going to be for this Punisher book, by the way. Let's see. Rogue. Rom? Is that that's trade. I don't really focus on trades. It's just not my thing. Pardon me. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Star Wars. Star Wars, of all things. Star to the Wars. There's the action figure variant. Here it is. Right here. Star Wars Legends, The New Republic Omnibus #3. Pre-sale. Have your order in by January 4th. June 16th is when it'll be on shelves. $150 price FMV with $105 pre-sale price. And here's all that you're going to get in this book. Star Wars Crimson Empire from 97, 0-6. Star Wars The Bounty Hunters Connects Kill 99, number 1. Star Wars Crimson Empire 2 Council of Blood from 98, 1 through 6. Star Wars Crimson Empire 3 Empire Lost from 2011, 1 through 6. Star Wars Jedi Academy Leviathan 98 from 98, 1 through 4. Star Wars The Mixed Up Droid from 95, number 1. Star Wars Union from 99, 1 through 4. Star Wars Chewbacca from 2000, 1 through 4. Star Wars Invasion 2009, 0 through 5. Star Wars Invasion Rescues 2010, 1 through 6. Star Wars Invasion Revelations 2011, 1 through 5. Star Wars Handbook from 98, number 2. And material from Dark Horse Extra from 98, 21 through 24. Dark Horse Presents 2011, number 1. Star Wars Tales from 99, 8, 11, 16 through 19, and 21. Now that seems like a lot of material. That seems like a lot of material. Just saying. Benjamin Percy writes a good Punisher. Is he on this one too? If he's on this one too, I may be interested enough. So I've heard good I've heard Dope Comics talk about Benjamin Percy. Yep, he is. Oh, I may. But I gotta save room for this next one here. This is gonna be everybody's favorite. Star Wars Jar Jar number 1. Pre-orders by January 11th. February 11th on the shelves. $4.99 for old Jar Jar number 1. FMV $324 in the pre-sale price. So here we go. Jar Jar returns, co-written by Jar Jar himself, Ahmed Best. Jar Jar faces the consequences of giving emergency powers to Counselor Palpatine. What pivotal role does Jar Jar play in the formation of Rebel Alliance? Guest starring fan favorite Jedi Knight Kellerian Beck. Well, I didn't expect Jar Jar. Oh, I may wait for that to come out and check it out then. I may do that to continue on my protesting. Not really protesting, but saving money on new books. I may check that out. Yeah, I was not expecting Jar Jar either, but here we are. Storm, the Earth's Mightiest Mutant number 1. Pre-order by January 4th. On shelves February 4th. FMV of $4.99. $324 for the pre-sale price. The war above all, the most dangerous war in existence, thunders around louder and closer as the cosmos brace for annihilation. Storm, unaware of the oncoming threat, turns her gaze inward to her home, to Earth. Earth's mightiest mutant becomes Earth's protector once more in a daring new chapter of her life. In this new beginning, Storm shares a Japanese tea ceremony with an enemy in F.O.C. and visits France for a masquerade with monsters. However, it all ends in a gut-wrenching funeral for in this new era of Aurora Monroe, brought to you by Murray. No, not happening. Is never far. Mistress Death is never far behind. With Death stalking the shadows, expect bloodshed, brutality, barbarism, and bold emotions in the brand new Storm, Earth's Mightiest Years. This sounded boring as all get out until you got to the point of death. So the idea of looking through death throughout a comic book kind of does sound interesting. But outside of that, I will not be picking this up, just so we're clear. That's not happening. The Fall of Ultraman. Are there any Ultraman fans? Anybody an Ultraman? I am an Ultraman fan. I like Ultraman. I won't be picking this up, but I like Ultraman. The Fall of Ultraman number 1, January 11th is pre-order date. February 11th is the shelf date. FMV $4.99. $324 is the pre-sale. Together they've crossed dimensions, unfurled conspiracies, tangled with giant kaiju, and saved civilizations. But now, Ultraman and his team are given an unexpected glimpse at the path ahead, and the path leads unavoidably to the loss of our greatest hero. What cosmic threat will be Ultraman's undoing? Will the United Science Patrol be redeemed? And will Earth finally be lost of the sinister machinations that have been plaguing it for decades? It's time to find out. What started with the rise of Ultraman has been leading to this. At long last, witness the end of the saga, the fall of Ultraman. All right, and this next one we're going to get trolled a little bit. Ultimate Spider-Man number 24 is what we're looking for. Pre-orders by December 14th, January 28th. This is shelves. $6.99 freaking FMV price tag. Pre-sale of $4.54. The end of the line. This is it, folks. The last you'll see of Spidey and his ultimate friends by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Checchetto. That's all we can tell you. See how they sit there and say, the last you'll see of Spidey and his ultimate friends by Jonathan Hickman and Marco. Not the last you'll see of his Spidey and his ultimate friends, but by Jonathan Hickman. I don't know. And then we'll talk about there's another book as well that I want to talk about as well. This just timing is weird. So Ultraman Rising on Netflix is a fun movie. Okay, I may have to check that out. I have Netflix for the month. And dang, $6.99. You ain't wrong, man. $6.99. Whew. Sheesh. I can't do it. Ultimate Wolverine number 14th. I picked this because I think there is a first appearance in here, so we'll talk about that. Pre-order by January 4th. On the shelves February 4th. FMV of $4.99. $3.24 pre-sale. It says, let's just read it. An ultimate in-game tie-in. The search for the missing mutants takes a terrifying turn when Wolverine and Jean Grey discover the captives may be trapped in Magic's limbo realm. Their mission to find Ilion leads them straight to the brutal battle with the Iranian Republic's forces, including devastating all-new Ultimate Lady Deathstrike. So, has Lady Deathstrike showed up? If not, this may be her first. And that may be her on the cover. Or that's Jean. That could be Jean. I don't know. I haven't read any of the Ultimate stuff at all. Not at all. There is a... this says Ultimate Finale variant. Interesting. Huh. There's that. There was this right here. So you've got this trade that's come out, 7 through 12. When you're at 14, you're starting a whole new volume here, ain't you? You're on like the second one. Which I know this could still end and you could be done with it, by the end of Ultimate Endgame. But still, I don't know. It's throwing me mixed signals. Like, we're not talking about the last of Logan. We're not talking about the last of Wolverine. We are talking about that. Like, this seems more like finite here. This is the last issue of Ultimate X-Men, is what it's saying. Ordered by January 11th, February 11th on the shelves, $4.99, FMV $3.24 pre-sale price. It says it right here, the final issue, like straight up, this is the final issue. Hope you survive the experience. It's time to say goodbye to Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men. Say goodbye to Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men. But what does the future hold for our favorite misfit mutants? How will they survive the world war that has broken out? And what happened to Armor? So yeah, I feel like this is the last issue of Ultimate X-Men, but I don't know that I feel the same way about Spider-Man. I don't know. I had thought today, what if they just renumber the Ultimate books? No, not yet in the Ultimate Universe. Okay, cool. Talking about Lady Deathstrikes. Yeah. I mean, they totally could do that. They've done that time and time again. So, yeah, I can see that. Wade Wilson, number 1. I think that's on the next page, actually. So, new Deadpool book coming out. Wade Wilson, Deadpool #1. January 11th. February 11th is the on shelf date, $4.99. FMV $3.24. Pre-sale price. Benjamin Percy is writing this as well. Dangerous, unhinged, deadly. Deadpool is a man on the brink, and that means the jobs are deadlier, the stakes are higher, and the humor is darker than ever before. But Wade Wilson isn't laughing. A dark memory haunts Deadpool as a mysterious client leads him down a troubling path. This way lies redemption. No, something far worse. Wade can never be forgiven for what he has done. The new ongoing series begins. So there's a new beginning for Deadpool fans right there. I just like the movies. I just like the movies. Wolverine's getting a new #1. Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #1. Pre-sale or orders in by January 4th, February 18th on the shelves, $5.99. Looks like $5.99 across the board is the new price for 2026. $3.89 for pre-sale, and maybe that's just for #1s though. Like, hopefully that's just for #1s. But that's like them priming you, getting you ready for like that price all the time. Armageddon strikes the Marvel Universe. Superstar writer Chip Zdarsky and dynamic artist Luca Maresca. Maresca. Kick off a game-changing new saga when an old acquaintance drags Logan into search for a new abducted mutant subject. The terrifying methods of the defunct Weapon X program are revealed to be alive and well as Wolverine follows the scent of the feral Tyler and the scent of his own trauma. He finds himself in a deadly race against a super soldier creating corporation called Prime Warrior, which has just hired a very familiar face, the fully armed and upgraded Nuke. Don't miss the first chapter of the biggest Wolverine story in years, one that will have a major impact on the future of the Marvel Universe. Sure it will. Sure it will. If you say so. Let's see. X-Men of Apocalypse. No, not Apocalypse. Is it X-Men of Apocalypse? X-Men of Apocalypse #4. There is a where is it? Where is it? Yeah, there's an Arthur Adams cover. I wanted to point that out. There's going to be an Arthur Adams cover for X-Men of Apocalypse #4. This comes out, or the pre-orders by January 25th. On the shelves February 25th. $4.99. FMB $3.24. Pre-sale price. There's one of these as well. People were collecting those for a bit. So that's pretty cool. That's for a different book, though. That's for X-Men #25. That one there. Two more. X-Men United #1. X-Men United #1. Where's it? We'll just do this one. X-Men United. Order date by January 25th. March 11th is the shelf date. $4.99. FMV $3.24 pre-sale. Welcome to the gray matter lane. Learn to survive the experience. Build a school, Charles Xavier told them, and the X-Men have done so, but in the manner nobody saw coming. Welcome to Gray Matter Lane, a place where mutants anywhere in the world can come together in the unity to teach one another the skills needed for their survival. With instructors including Wolverine, Beast, Prodigy, Magneto, and more, a campus unlike any before seen. It's the crossroads of X-Men universe as a student body from across the globe works to take mutant kind to the next step in their evolution and to cope with the brewing threat to all of their number. That sounds dumb. I feel like I'm just crapping on everything tonight. Like, I don't mean to, but that's what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels like. That I'm just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. X-Men Omnibus The Messiah Trilogy. This has got an order by January 11th, June 23rd, shelf date, FMV $125, pre-sale $87.50. It collects uncanny Messiah, the X-Men Messiah Complex from 2007, Uncanny X-Men from 81, 492 to 494, and 523 to 525. X-Men from 91, 205 to 207. New X-Men 2004, 44 through 46. X Factor from 2005, 25 through 27. X-Men Messiah Complex Mutant Files. X-Men The Times and Life of Lucas Bishop 1 through 5. Cable from 2008, 11 through 15. X-Force Cable Messiah War. X-Force from 2008, 14 through 16 and 26 through 28. X-Men Future History, The Messiah War Source Book. Second Coming, Prepare. Second Coming, 2010, 1 through 2. And New Mutants, 2009, 12 through 14. X-Men Legacy, 2008, 235 to 237. That seems like a lot of jumping around. That sounds kind of like Wolverine and the X-Men. Yeah, that does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? Boo. It's okay. Marvel needs to step it up and not be crap. Oh, I'm sure somebody likes it, like they're getting paid, right? Ooh. Well, that has completely worn me out. So, there you are. Those are the books, first appearances that I, thought that I found. Except for the Hawk, the absolute Hawk, man. Thank you for that, Mike. I appreciate that. If any of those other ones I'm wrong, please write in the comments below. Educate us all. That would be great. And that's anybody and everybody out there. I have no problem being wrong and somebody tell me that I'm wrong. That's fine. That's the only way I'm going to learn, right? So, but that's first appearances. That's omnibus that are coming out. That's new number ones that are coming out all in February. So at least from those three publishers. I wish I had more time. I would do more publishers, but I've almost been on here for 2 hours. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. I appreciate anybody that's watching the rerun. Thank you so much. Come join me next Thursday as I talk with TM Nerdy on Collecting Uncensored. Tomorrow night on the Comically Comics podcast YouTube channel, we may be doing our first live. So it really depends on if 2 trailers drop tomorrow, like everybody's talking about. So be on the lookout for that. If you've ever wanted to see us live, tomorrow night would be our first live, possibly. So come join me next Monday on the Keep Calm and Collect. And again, thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Otaku Mike says bye. See you Monday. Take care. You as well, sir. You as well. As always, y'all